Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BMX News Live, a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week in the world of BMX that I think you might care about. That being said, we're starting this week with just over 20 people hanging out in the chat. We got Arctic here, says, who here has been to the Nowhere compound? I have. We got Thunder Midget in here, Kevin Jackson, LS. Made it to 3 weeks of the news in a row. The first one I made from the beginning. Let's go. Hell yeah. Stony Old Fat Guy BMX. Corey McKenzie is here. Ash Veratu. What a cool name. Todd is here. Mr. Lati. Kyle McDonald. And Irish. Got a couple members in the chat. Jeff Mead and Adam Ortiz. Hello, everyone. The Whirly fam, Presley's family, is tuning in from the road to Richmond. Eric Stahl is here, and I am excited to talk about the news. So, first things first. You might want to reread that. Butt stuff from Champion BMX. We love you all. What are you trying to say? Whoops. What are you trying to say here? Anyways, thank you, Champion BMX, for the $20 super chat. I saw that they just posted on Instagram the Tech Bike Co. Trident frame that is for sale on their website right now. And Jeff Mead is here. He can let you know that if you use his code, Jeff10, I think is what it is, you can get 10% off of that Tech Bike Co. frame. Just saying, get it sold, help Jeff out, help Tech Bike Co. out, help Champion BMX out. What's up, Todd Tebow? Hell yeah. And Todd, I find it a little weird that super chat talking about that showed up. The timing on that's a little funny. Ha ha. Zachary Wiley. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Glad this will live forever on the internet. That's what I'm saying. Pretty funny that you made a typo and that's what happens. I am not going to Richmond, unfortunately. Next jam or contest I will be at, let's see, May is over. June, the 9th Street Jam in Ohio. We can talk about the events. Well, you know what? We never start with the events, so we're just going to start with the events this week. I'm opening up my Time BMX app. I normally do this towards the end, but somebody just asked me about the events that I'm going to next. Oh yeah, Buckeye Bike Show. Thank you for the reminder, and holy hell, Champion BMX just sent in another $20 super chat with a correction. Buy stuff from Champion BMX. Let's try this again. There you go. You got it right this time. Good job, kid. Good job, kid. So anyways, there's a lot of events going on. We are almost at the beginning of June, so let's talk about the events going on in June. Give a big thank you to Champion BMX in the chat. But I've got this Time BMX app open on my phone. I'm streaming my screen right now. You can see that there's different profiles. People can go on here. It's like a social media aspect to things. I have a notification that 7 days ago, Ronnie Davidson followed me on the Time BMX app. So then they have a map with all the different skate parks in the entire world. All these different skate parks, bike parks, BMX tracks, pump tracks, all that good stuff. Got to give another thank you here. Adam Ortiz just sent in a $10 super chat saying, Space City Jam, let's go. Hell yeah, let's go. Adam Ortiz, thank you for the support, sir. And Corey, we'll get to your question just in a second. So we go into the events portion, and there's a bunch of events going on. So we're going to go into We'll just do them all. Pump track events. There's a bunch of stuff in June for pump tracks. China qualifier, Slovakia qualifier, Canada qualifier, Slovakia qualifier in another place, United Kingdom qualifier, Switzerland qualifier, Belgium qualifier. What is this leading up to? Australian pump track national? No? Is that like a pump track world championship or something? All these different countries having qualifiers? That's interesting. Dirt jumps. We got some dirt jump stuff this month. June 14th is the Ohio BMX Trail Series first jam of the year at the Sandlot in Norwalk, Ohio. Then the 28th, we have Gunlock Bike Park in Marietta, as well as the Helm Trails 20-year anniversary jam in the Netherlands. Pretty awesome. So, let's keep going here. Flatland. We have June 7th, Space City Jam. That's the one Adam Ortiz just sent that super chat for. The American BMX Flatland League Round 2 in Texas. Same day, South African National Championships. That's pretty cool. Philippine National Championships, the 24th, and the 28th, Malaysian National Championships. So those are both, all three park and flatland, looks like, from the titles. Race stuff. I know there's a few racers in here that sometimes tune in. Let's see. Tomorrow we have the Oss Cycling BMX Racing Tasmania super long title. Have to click on it. State Series Round 3. Then in June we have State Series, I'm assuming Round 4 in Australia. The Spring Nationals in New Mexico. State Series round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there's a bunch of state series in Australia for the whole rest of the month, every single weekend. Then freestyle. So let's get into the freestyle events that are happening this month. We got a bunch more this weekend, actually. FISE Montpellier is going down this weekend. I've got some updates and stuff from that we'll talk about here soon. Then we got the Highway to Hill in Berlin, Germany. Rumble in Richmond going down this weekend as well. Jeff Mead is down there. Presley Worley and his family are on their way down there. We got Masters of Dirt Berlin. Then the Montecule TKO Invitational in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Four Seasons Skate Park. June, look at, oh my goodness. Look how many people are using this app. That's sick. You can use this to figure out what you want to go to and what's going on local to you. The Connor Jam in Australia, USA BMX Freestyle Series Round 2 in Texas, Dirty Fest in California, Butcher Jam in Germany, Street Station in France, and those are all going on except for Connor Jam. Those three that I just said are going on June 6th, 4 Station in France too, sorry. Then the 7th, the South African National Championships we talked about. The 13th, CPH Street Jam Monster Cash Up in Denmark. Recon Tour Round 2 in Tucson, Arizona. Ron Wilkerson After Party at the Buckeye Bike Show. That sounds interesting. How do I get involved with that? Also, thank you to Adam Ortiz. He just sent in a gifted membership. Gives you the ability to see videos on my channel before they release publicly for everybody else. Gives you some emojis in the chat. And supports me. Thank you. Whirly Fam says, submit pics of your local park and get it on the Time BMX app. Yeah, if you go into this app and your local park isn't there, you can submit pictures and the location and get it put into the app so that people can see your local skate park. What else we have? Roast the Coast Stop 2 in Australia. The Ohio BMX Trail Series. We mentioned this one. Sandlot in Norwalk. Estonian National Championships in Estonia. Buckeye Bike Show is also the same day. Fairborn, Ohio. That's near Dayton. That's where I'm going to be going. I love going to the Buckeye Bike Show every year, and I told them that I would go before the Ohio BMX Trail Series dates were released. Lloyd's UK National BMX Freestyle Park Series in the UK. The French BMX Freestyle Park Cup. Those are all going on the 14th. There are 8 8 events going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 events going on. Just the 14th, all around the world. That's pretty awesome. Steve Novak says, BMX Day Jam in Myrtle Beach, $1,250 cash giveaway, Saturday, July 19th. So if you're in Florida, if you're in Myrtle Beach or anywhere near there, go to that jam for BMX Day. We're also having a trail jam that same day here in Ohio. Let's see, we've got X Games Osaka going down June 20th weekend, Costa Rica Freestyle Series 2 in Costa Rica the 22nd, the 24th, Philippine National Championships. The FISE Experience in France is going down the whole weekend of the 27th. Look at all these events on the 28th. My goodness. Ohio BMX Trail Series Gunlock, we mentioned that. Helm Trails 20th Anniversary Jam, mentioned that. Hills Day Street Jam in the UK. Richland, Washington is having the Name Here Jam. That's affiliated with Champion BMX right there in the chat. Malaysian National Championships, we mentioned that one, is also the 28th weekend. Skyline BMX Contest in Germany. Surprised that's not in Cincinnati at Skyline Chile. Then the USA BMX Freestyle Series, the Digital State Series variant. Round 4 starts the 29th of June and goes through the 6th of July. Where at in Washington? Well, let me tell you, LS. It is Richland, Washington on 1185 Carondelet Drive, 99354. There you go. Alienation supporting this event, so hell yeah. So with that, those are the events. That's the Time BMX app. Let's get into the news from this week. First thing I want to talk about is a video that I dropped on Monday or Tuesday featuring a full walkthrough, in-depth tour of the building that will be and is becoming the Woods Room Bike Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Did the tour with Mike Potosny, kind of just walking through the building, showing all of the individual rooms, talking about some of the brainstormed ideas that they've had already, and showing a little bit of just behind the scenes and giving you guys a look at this building as they have it right now, and they're beginning to make progress. Like this thing in the background right here that my mouse is circling, this little room down here, is gone already. They took that out of there to make more room for ramps. Pretty awesome. Let's see. Let's just click through it real quick. Those are a couple of the guys who are partners in this. Here is the rendering of the outer loop, pump track, and Park Street area. Showing some mezzanines. What else do we have? It's just some random areas. This will be the beginner room. Pretty good stuff. It's awesome. Yeah, LS. Chris Doyle and Mason Ritter were doing a step up into... I don't know if it'll be able to be seen right now. Will this show it? They had a lip set up right here. There's an opening right on the other side of this door. And they had a lip set up and we're jumping up into it. Pretty awesome. Yo, thank you, Stony. I appreciate that. I very much so appreciate that. Got to add the one gifted in here from Adam and the OFG BMX $5 super chat. Thank you. When you guys do that, it supports me directly and helps me out a lot. Makes it literally so I can be here on Fridays instead of at a job. Let's see. Surprised to hear they expect to open later this year. Hope it goes to plan. Well, they're going to build the beginner room first and work on that area. At least that was the last thing I heard, so that they can get that open as soon as possible and then try and get some other stuff going so that there's some stuff to ride this winter. So with that, you can check out their Indiegogo campaign. They are almost at $50,000. That is incredible. There's 14 days left. If you want to help out, you don't even have to do a specific perk. you can come down. Where is it at? There's somewhere on here where you can just put whatever amount you want to donate. And with that, make sure you go check that out and donate if you can. Getting into the FISE stuff from right now. FISE is going on right now, and I actually have some fun stuff here from none other than Huck Karinsky. So let's just go ahead and unmute my desktop and pull up these videos.
Hey BMX News, this week I'm in Montpellier. Hey BMX News, this week I'm in Montpellier, and right next to me is the Spine feature. And I'm just going to my contest right now. It starts at 3:15, and yeah, hope I do good.
So there's that. Everybody wish Huck luck. He's probably riding right now. Actually, let's just check. Let's see if he's live right now on his Instagram. No, he was though. So then we have another one. We got a couple of these actually.
Hi BMX, what's up BMX News Live? I'm right at the FISE Park right now. Men's semifinals are going on, and the crowd's huge. I'm so excited. Here it is. Huge.
Pretty awesome, man.
You got the thumbs up. Another rider that's got a lot of fans down here in Montpellier.
So big. I'm so excited. So, yeah.
Too cool getting on location BMX news. Super awesome. We got some more. Photo of the course here. Photo of Huck going into the FISE, I don't know, village. Maybe that's what you'd call it. Some stuff from the crowd. Look how big the crowd is. This is semifinals. This isn't even the finals. I watched Duda from Brazil was live streaming from the deck when the semifinals was going on. It looked like all the Americans did well. One more video here from across where we just saw
California,
the camera pointing
USA.
at.
This is Bryce Tryon.
And I believe this is Bryce Tryon's semifinals run.
Tryon in. Start things off, truck driver. Step up.
Hey,
20 tailwind. Flare in the corner.
Flare bar, couldn't quite tell. Stepping down.
Tuck no hand transfer.
That is a champ again.
Oh, that's a 1-footed invert.
1-footed table, double triple
Oh,
truck,
triple truck.
double backflip, hot dog, alley-oop, look back,
30 down, 30 to go.
flare, table, flare,
1-footed flare invert.
tuck transfer, man, this is good. Hard step, or that's not a step, okay. Hip, and a 540, ouch. 540 flare to ouch. Ugh, that one looked rough. Looking at the course, what would my run be? Oh man, I have no idea. I probably would foof this step up because why not? Honestly, I would have to sit here and think about that. That is a great question though. Unfortunately, we got to keep moving. I'll have to think about that more and look at the actual whole course. And then maybe when we talk about the finals results next week, I could talk about what my run would be. So thank you to the Karinsky fam for sending that in. I really appreciate that. It was really fun to be able to like see that and give you some on location news. So FISE stuff that we have so far. We have a course preview and women's practice up on the Bloom BMX on their YouTube channel and website. Then we have the women's qualifying results. So here would be the top 12-ish. If you guys are interested, looks like Hannah Roberts and Paris are on to the finals. Hell yeah. Check it out if you want to see the women's qualifying video as well. And you can expect finals videos and highlights from all of the stuff from this event next week in the news. Then we have a video that I dropped this week. Haven't dropped the Lip Lords in a little bit. I dropped a Flatland Lip Lords video where I tried my best to bring flatland tricks to the lip, to ice picks. What's up, CB the third? Hello. Thanks for joining. Really proud of how this video turned out. I'm so stoked on some of the tricks that I figured out to do, or how to do, and maybe even figured out for the first time ever. We have somebody following on the Time BMX app. Look at that. Somebody downloaded the app from the news. That's awesome. Go check this out if you haven't yet. I don't want to talk too long about it. Then we have, this was supposed to be in the FISE section, but I forgot to move it. The Dig Cash for Tricks and High Hop from FISE Montpellier. It's super cool. I didn't even realize this, but at this whole, whatever you want to call where they're at right now, not only do they have the full park course that the contest is happening on, the Spine Mini that contest is happening on, but they also have this street setup with the A-frame, rails, cool little ledge setup with a kicker to them, or those were rails actually. Some quarter pipes. They have an airbag set up. It's just cool to see everything that they have just to make it an awesome experience, even for people who aren't riding the contest. That's so rad, and it gives everyone a reason to be there. And I think that that's something that maybe we could hope for like X Games to do. Imagine if X Games had a random smaller course that anybody could come and sign a waiver, pay whatever entry fee. I don't know what it could be, but just imagine if X Games had something that anybody who was a certain level of rider or brought their bike in whatever situation they decide would be, could come and ride while X Games is happening. Maybe have random jams and stuff there like this, the Dig Cash for Tricks and the High Hop. Super cool. That thing they did in Idaho was a bit different. That was kind of like I don't even know how to explain it, honestly. It seemed like it was supposed to be a qualifier, but Marcus Christopher won it and then didn't get into X Games the next year or something like that. Would be cool, but probably too crowded. I think it could work. It would just be hard logistically. You're right. It would just be a logistical nightmare, and that's probably why they wouldn't end up doing it. But if they figured it out and made it happen, it'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm talking about something totally different than qualifying for X Games 2. I'm just saying, like, anybody could come and just ride this setup while the event was going on. Or during the weekend of the whole entire event, and have a little jam or something on that to bring people together. Because, like, only invited athletes get to ride in X Games. But if you could have pros there who weren't invited to compete, but came out to just ride and have fun with everybody and meet the fans and make that experience, whatever, just even more tight-knit and personal for the people who are there to watch, would be awesome. And exposes more elements of BMX to anyone who's just there to watch. Thomas, you should join the Flatland Jam at Buckeye. I mean, I might be able to bust out a decade or something on somebody's bike. We'll have to see. It's always a good time, though. That's 2 weekends from now. LS says, Brant would, but he wants to give other people a chance to win it. That's hilarious. Moving on from here, we've got videos from this week. Vans Bicycle Center in a video called Locked In. This one was fun, and there was another fountain grind, but this one was crazy because at the end of the ledge, there was a another ledge sticking out further, and the dude did a grind to 180 over it. Kind of repeated Biz's crash a little bit, not quite exactly, but he did. And I'm just now remembering that we forgot to launch into the news this week. Sorry about that, but I'll show this every week because this is a new hydration drink that is all natural ingredients. It has cognizant in it, which is a nootropic, and it's cool. They've been supporting me, so I wanted to show that in the news. And if you want to check it out, you can get 30% off with the code BMX30, and it makes a 12-pack of it like $21 with free shipping. There you go. I'm late. Better late than never. There you go. But you're here, Kyler, and that's what matters. So yeah, this video was fun. Let's keep going. We had another video that comes from Japan. Kaita Shiraki, welcome to Taraliba. I can't read other languages, I'm sorry. But if there's anything to take away from this video, I, first of all, genuinely really enjoyed this. But this is, right here, the Japanese Stephen Hamilton. Watch this video and think about Hamilton's riding and the stuff he does when he goes and rides street. This dude is Japanese Stephen Hamilton to a T. I felt like if you put like, you video shopped and used AI to put Hamilton's face onto this dude, the only difference you'd be able to see is the bike and a little bit of nuance in style. Check it out and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Moving on from there, we've got Profile Racing, Matt Copeland, year 48. This video, I'm not just saying this because there's a ton of lip tricks in here and a lot of stuff that I genuinely just enjoy doing myself and a lot of stuff that appeals to my style of riding. But Matt Copeland being 48 years old and doing all of this stuff, aside from this crash that looks brutal and looked like it really hurt, this video is good for someone who's half this, 24. There's so much variety and well-rounded riding in here, from very technical lip tricks to very technical street riding to a big handrail at the end. This video is BMX at its core. He's riding everything. It's to hardcore music and killing it. Matt is just incredible, honestly. And I don't know, man. I just really enjoyed this. And the fact that a lot of riding in it is stuff that I genuinely just would enjoy doing myself, yeah, made me stoked. Matt Copeland, already that old? Shit, we're getting up there, Brent. Yeah, but he rides like he's 24, so it's okay. It just shows, like I always say, that you don't quit when you get old, you get old when you quit. If you never slow down, you don't have to slow down as much. It's that simple. Go watch the video. Then we got one called Culture Shock. This one's from Hong Kong, featuring a ton of riders in here. I'm not gonna lie, I did not get a chance to watch this one yet. Thumbnail is super intriguing. Recognize a couple names on the rider list. Go watch it. Let me know how it is. Then we've got Tumble from Kyle Ralston from Australia. So lots of different areas in Australia here, and a bunch of names that maybe you recognize, maybe you don't, but it's a 15-minute long video. So if you want something a little bit longer to watch this week, this could be one, and maybe you find a new favorite rider that you hadn't heard of. Then we've got 9 Acres from S&M, Ramble to Rumble. So this is from last year, going out to Rumble in Richmond with the Hallahans, covering the whole thing. Special guests include Mike Aiken and Rena. Pretty awesome. So check this out in anticipation for Rumble in Richmond this weekend. And then after that, we get into the talking type videos. Another one from the building. This one is on the Fit Indent Cranks from Clint Reynolds and Chris Moeller talking about the cranks themselves, why they brought them back, why they're good. These are a 2-piece 24mm crank design. Moeller said he was literally riding the last set that he took off to put on new ones when they came in for like 13 years or something crazy. So yeah, pretty cool. Speaking of video parts, Brant, do you have anything in the works? Well, I did just drop my Flatland Lip Lords video that I had been working on since last August at that Flatland contest. I just became super obsessed with doing Flatland tricks in an ice pick. So I was working on this, and then I have been working on filming some clips. Should we give you a preview? Like, why not, right? Let's see. Me, 24, next edit, clips. What's something I could show that wouldn't be too much of a bummer for me to just give out? Ice pick decade coming in 2026. Yeah, Jeff Mead is in this Lip Lords video while he's in the chat. You never told us the story of what influenced you to be a Lip Lord. Well, it's partially this quarter pipe and the fact that people growing up at this skate park when I was coming up riding, the older dudes, a bunch of them would do ice pick stalls and just sit in them. So that naturally, and then just the fact that this is like a 4-foot prefab skate park where you can do a lot of stuff here, but a lot of like lip tricks and things would just naturally happen at a skate park like this. And this ramp is genuinely perfect for lip tricks. Oh, it was way more than just sponge, Stony, because my buddy Big JT and Ricky, who you've seen in my videos, would any random day of the week would be foofing this back rail. Big JT would be doing 5 taps. Ricky would be doing 5 taps. Sponge would be doing foofanu saran or foot jam saran wraps and foot jam whips. Then like Kevin Smith and Dan Bricker, other locals. Dan Bricker was incredible at lip tricks. Corey Jones would sit in ice picks. He would be able to do tail whip to tire taps. And these are all people that would be at the skate park any random day of the week when I would show up, and I would never know what was going to happen. So naturally, when I ride around people like that, just feed off of them and try similar stuff that they're doing. Holy cow. Chris Markham in the chat said Dan Bricker shout out. Chris Markham is another one. I think, Chris, we only got to ride this skate park maybe 2 or 3 times ever before you moved away. But he's another one that influenced the people that influenced me. And the day that inspired all of it, I can remember I was doing stuff like 5 tap, back pedal, moonwalk to foot jams and 5 tap to foot jams. But the thing that made it click was I was filming in a video with Sponge, and I was in an ice pick, and I kind of sat down and I did a T-bog and realized I could hold it. And that was when I realized other stuff was possible. So from there, just kept pushing it. Then I started doing more tricks in 5 taps. And the first time that I heard Lip Lords was I was riding with Hollywood. Mike Hollywood Brancato came down and rode for a day. I was trying to do a 5 tap, 1 foot, 1-hander, and I landed it right as he was taking his pads off and going to leave. So I ran over and showed him the clip, and he's like, "Oh, that's sick. Lip Lords." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, the Lip Lords would appreciate that." Like, I don't even know what that means. And he explained that it was this group of guys that called themselves the Lip Lords, and they had a VHS video back in the day, and instantly I was like, oh, that's what I'm going to call this video, because I was already starting to work on the concept of filming an entire video just on this quarter, because I had the random idea, I don't even remember where the idea came from, to film only on this ramp, only doing lip tricks. And when he said that, I was like, well, that's what I'm calling the video. We're going to make this video series a tribute to those original Lip Lords. And that's why every single video has the same description. Lip Lords were originally a group of guys from Colorado who rode in the late 80s, early 90s. This series is a tribute to the original Lip Lords. This is Lip Lords. So there's that. Just released that this week. Victoria in the chat sending hearts, and I don't know how you describe that face. But just dropped that video, and I need to show you guys a preview of another one I'm working on. Let's see. Is this one good? I don't know what this one even is, but I'm going to show it. Ooh, the 5-tap to ice. Oh, so you can expect to see that in my next video part. First ever 5-tap to ice on a sub, and I almost fell off the sub. There you go. So let's keep going here. This is the last video to talk about this week. We have a bike check from Chad Curley on, is this on his channel? Yeah, on his YouTube channel, the All the Feels face. There we go. Bike check from Chad Curley if you want to learn what's on his bike. I would be curious how much his bike has changed through the years of being on Haro and Premium, because he's had a signature frame forever. I wonder if it's changed because, you know, whenever you ride BMX and you find what you're comfortable on, you don't want to change it. So I wouldn't be surprised if the bike he's currently riding right now is very similar to the bike that he's riding 10 years ago whenever I was riding a Haro CK from Premium. Be interesting. Moving on from there, we got the More BMX hashtag, which was actually working this week. I used it because I didn't realize I could be using it, but there's videos and picked posts from the past month, like this one from Tom Middlestat. Let's pull them up in order. So there's a bunch of them from the past month that showed up on here, which is pretty awesome because I thought that it didn't work at all. And we have one from Danny Rumpel. Absolutely kills it. Hitting the sub. Look at that. The Columbia City Skate Park. That is sick that they put a sub like that at a public skate park. Danny and friends. Austin Andrews, Trevor Wheeler in there hitting the rail. Austin hitting the rail there. 270 tuck. Backflipping that tiny little spine setup. If that was even a spine, it might have just been a... Oh my God! Danny, you madman! Oh God. Face plant out of the ice. Those close ones will get you, man. They will get you. Let's see. We got also this one from Presley in the chat. Let's see. Presley busting out, trying to learn Supermans from the Alliance Jam earlier this month. Pretty awesome. Presley killing it on his way to kill it at the Rumble in Richmond. Presley, let's see you hit the big double. Get towed in by a friggin' jet. Also, the one that I just mentioned, Tom Middlestat's post, kind of a bike check, going through all of the different parts on his bike. It's a good looking bike. I have always been a fan of brightly colored frames with mostly black other parts on a bike. I don't know, there's just something about it that looks just nice. Then Southside BMX a week ago. Absolutely delighted to welcome OK Fireland for the sponsor, as a sponsor of their BMX Day Jam. Southside BMX, I believe, is the trail setup for the trail jam that was mentioned earlier. So thank you to them for using the hashtag. Then we had this one from Kyler, who's in the chat 1 week ago. Free 99, a McNeil default saved from the scrap pile. I don't understand how so many people just randomly find these bikes like this. Like in my messages right now, I'm going to go in here. Whoops. That's not the one I meant to click on. In my messages right now, luckily there's nothing incriminating there. I have a message from Adam showing a bike that he got for essentially free that he's giving away at the Space City Jam. That's awesome. That's super awesome. Just, I don't understand how people randomly stumble upon these free deals like this, because I have never seen a bike that was just free anywhere. It's cool. With an integrated headset. Yeah, it's not like a piece of junk either. My first BMX was a Diamondback Venom that I got out of a dumpster. Got to scour Facebook Marketplace. I mean, I am on my computer all day, every single day. I figured I would find something. I found it during a citywide trash pickup day. Went around, picked up like 30 bikes for free and fixed them up, sold them off. Mostly Walmart stuff, but the BMX was sick. Yeah. Whoever orders a frame today from us will get a one-night stay at Brant's house free of charge, and he will make your breakfast. Is that right? I wasn't aware of that. Whoever orders a frame today from Champion BMX will give me 10% commission because I referred them. There you go. Found an old freestyle bike in an alleyway beside the dumpster a few weeks ago. First time ever finding a dumpster BMX. What if I order 2 frames? Whole weekend. Colony bike was on there for next to nothing. My local bike shop did 50% off for Memorial Day, so I picked up a few upgrades. Yeah, if you got a local bike shop that does 50% off sale, that's crazy. Definitely worth taking advantage of. And just got to rile Brand up a bit. Commission, sure. There you go. I'm looking to get back, not able to dedicate much to the budget. Well, George, it looks to me like a lot of people are finding bikes in the dumpster or in alleyways or on Facebook Marketplace for $50. So I think you might be able to find a bike for cheap to next to nothing. Shilling the Brant Breakfast Festest skillet. Oh, geez. We hit the goal. We've got the... What was the goal? Cooking up a shill dance. It's cooking in the skillet. Cooking up a shill dance skillet. Dancing. Thank you all for the super chats and donates. I appreciate it. Dianis. Damn it, I feel like an idiot when I can't pronounce people's names right. I pulled mine out of the ocean. Was trying to catch fish. That would be funny. I used to dumpster dive at the demolition and full factory warehouses. What? Did you find stuff? That's crazy. If you buy a whole bike, we will list you on the deed at the house he lives in. Good luck. All I ever find for free bikes are kids' bikes in like new condition and old roached beach cruisers, but I fix and rehome almost all of them. That's awesome. That's so sick. It definitely feels like there's no shortage of like free Walmart level bikes out there. One day I'll stumble upon the free BMX bike and I'll give it away. But until then, I'm just gonna live vicariously through all kinds of people who find them randomly. And maybe it's just the fact that I know enough people in all kinds of different areas of the world that the percentages work out to where it's like not actually a crazy amount of people, but still, it seems like it. Either way, what's up, Augustin? Jokes, Brant's house, and free stay not actually going to happen, but I'll give you a lot of stickers and some cool things in your box. So if you buy something or buy a frame from Champion this weekend, not only do I get a commission, but you also get stuff in your box. And all you got to do is let them know in the chat or in the notes section that you were watching this when you send it. Guess I'm not buying a bike then. Buying a bike and getting a house. What a deal would that be? Imagine Mr. Beast level BMX YouTube channel where you buy a bike and you get entered into a drawing to win a house. That'd be crazy. But I don't think anybody's making that kind of money. Either way, does Champion serve fresh squeezed orange juice? I don't know. I really don't, but that would be cool if you could get something cool like that. Either way, to all 60 people who were just here in the chat a second ago, I appreciate you. Have a good Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the news. Thank you to everybody for the support. Champion BMX, Adam Ortiz, and Stony Old Fat Guy BMX. I appreciate all of you who are tuning in right now, members or otherwise. The members in the chat, gotta shout those out too. Adam Ortiz is a member. Doug Tunler. Who else? Jeff Mead is a member in the chat. And I think that might be it. Who tuned in today. Just Mick here is now a member. And I need to refresh this page because it is mega glitchy right now. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Champion BMX, LS, Old Fat Guy BMX, Kyle McDonald. Who else? Augustin, CB the Third, 4130 Video, Dionys, Corey McKenzie, George, Kyler Anderson, Thomas 86, Kyle McDonald, LS. Just running out of new names. Chris Markham. Hell yeah. And Scott Lindsay. Those are the last fresh names I can see. I appreciate everybody for the support, and we will see you next time.